Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nicky's NRFIs. Nick Mencken here with Pickdawgz. Today is September 20th, 2023, and on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game. Plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into my free plays, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're looking for my top plays, my lock of the day, head on over to Pickdawgz.com and check out our premium picks tab. That's where you'll find our MLB and all my lock of the day plays for $20. And best of all of our daily packages come with credit guarantee. You can read more about this on our website under any daily package we cappers have to offer. Now let's continue staying hot. Since recording, we are 1-0 in our YRFI play, the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals ended up scoring 2 in that bottom half of the first inning. Smacked that, and we have 2 NRFIs left to go. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we hit those sweeps. I want to see those money bags in the comments, and if you haven't been tapping in, make sure to tap in because we're winning over here. Let's roll into game number 1. We got the Minnesota Twins and the Cincinnati Reds. Right now for the Minnesota Twins, Ober will be on the mound with a 7-6 record this season with a 3.67 ERA. He'll be matched up against the Cincinnati Reds. Green with a 4-6 record and a 4.45 ERA. Green, I must say, since being back, he's looked a lot sharper, a lot smoother, getting ahead of hitters. As of late, he's looked a lot better. It's definitely a pitcher that this franchise and organization looks to build around. I'm expecting Green to come out lights out in this one with the Minnesota Twins, who have been struggling offensively all year to jump on people right away. On the other hand, on the Minnesota Twins side of things, you got Ober on the mound. He's 7-6 this season, game above 500. Really good ERA that he's maintained over the course of the season. He's one of those guys that will get ahead of hitters early on in the ball game. He usually gets off to strong starts. This is a big game for the Cincinnati Reds team as they try to make a spot into this NL wild card. I'm expecting no runs to be scored in the first game between the Minnesota Twins and the Cincinnati Reds. Let's roll into game number 2 between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Right now for the Philadelphia Phillies, Nola will be on the mound with a 12-9 record and a 4.62 ERA. He'll be matched up against the Atlanta Braves' Elder with a 12-4 record and a 3.5 ERA. Elder's been looking absolutely phenomenal in his last 5 starts, I believe. This guy works ahead of hitters. There's no question about it. But what I look at is this offense, and especially for the Philadelphia Phillies team. You guys hear me say it a lot with this Phillies team, and I like taking the Phillies to score runs early on in ball games because they get off to hot starts offensively right out of the gate. Elder's been very good, and then on the other hand, Nola's been great. Both of these pitchers are phenomenal pitchers, starting pitchers, but I'm looking more so on this offensive side of things on both sides of the line. The Atlanta Braves, they're one of the best offenses in Major League Baseball. And then the Philadelphia Phillies, they scratch runs off a ton in that first inning. They get off to hot starts. I like either offense jumping on and getting a run across early on in this matchup with this series play. Atlanta Braves, like I said, one of the best in baseball on the offensive side. And then the Philadelphia Phillies are one of the best teams to score in the first inning. That's why in game number 2, between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves, we're smacking the YRFI yes runs first inning. Let's roll into our third and final game between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. Right now for the Toronto Blue Jays, Gausman will be on the mound with 11-9 record and a 3.4 ERA. He'll be matched up against the New York Yankees King with a 4-6 record and a 2.77 ERA. King is pitching back at home where he has all of his success. I mean, he gets ahead of hitters, especially in the Bronx. He's like a totally different pitcher while he's on the mound. You could see it from his ERA standpoint. He's under that 3 mark, which is absolutely sensational for his starting pitcher. Granted, he is 4-6. I think that is just due to the lack of offense for this New York Yankees team and their run production. I'm thinking that King's going to look sharp back at home today in this matchup against the Toronto Blue Jays team, who has been upping their run production as of late, but not so right out of the gate in the first inning. You got Gausman on the other hand. Gausman's on the mound. He's been their guy all season long, carrying this rotation. He looked great in his last outing. He's got a 3.4, just under that 3.5, which is very good for a starting pitcher. One of the best in the game in the or for this Toronto Blue Jays team. I think both of these pitchers are going to come out and be locked in from the start, especially with the way both sides of these teams have been swinging it right now. That's why in game number 3 between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees, we're smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Let's take a recap of the games that I've selected. Game number 1, between the Minnesota Twins and the Cincinnati Reds, we're hitting the NRFI. Game number 2, between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves, YRFI. Yes, runs, first inning. And our third and final game, between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees, we're smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Once again, this is Nick Mencken with Pickdawgz. If you have not done so, smack that like button. Helps me out a ton, and it costs you none. And if you're looking for my premium picks, my lock of the day, check that description below. The link is there, and I will see you guys tomorrow.